It's for another form more cover Alpha 1G to measure so subscribe to Alpha 1G to measure subscribe. No one like no share no turn on notification bell no. Sabaya update BI bell on subject to me economic car was a comment section once you order measure so will be comment to me be a cost one. And a breaking news are air by air you say the position of a year majority leader Afenyo-Markin pan African Parliament no papa no ye no na ye no ensem bi a ekɔ so wɔ Parliament no kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ MPs MPP MPs ni bi edwa ɛpɛ so wɔn kyerɛ Speaker Babenia onye because omuhuni say that is not the right thing to do. Na okwakofa Millicent any Millicent ababa shohonom all because of the Afenyo-Markins ayede. And somewhere aye oyene kese na yenko ebuso hwewo a enka se ebro me petem so na emum ehwewo pa hwen sama ekoso parliament won in some way am speaker bu afuye papa na nsem be na odi atwa me ba de akabia ye be so.
And so we debated it, and I advised that we should add 1 to make it 6. Then this issue about the formula came in, and it was a struggle until I advised that we all know Honorable Patrick Yabuama. He's a very good member of parliament. He should be given the opportunity. We negotiated until we agreed from what I understood from the discussions that he should be there as observer. On the other side, the discussion came to the extent that we agreed that Millicent should be the observer. But we also, looking at the precedent and the rules in ECOWAS, accepted that the deputy minority leader should be a member of our delegation to ECOWAS, not the minority leader. Please, this is the understanding. And for me, I think that is the fair way for us to chat and be still respected in these bodies. It's not only the members. Always, Pan-African Parliament and ECOWAS Parliament will write to me to second our staff to work in those parliaments. And our staff are always working there. As of now, you all know the Pan-African Parliament clerk was here as our marshal. And we trained him. They asked for his hand. He went there. They decided to take him on. They gave him contracts. Now he's what? The Secretary General clerk to that Pan-African Parliament. And they rely on our staff always for guidance, for support. So why should they now be having problems in Ghana's representation? It's an anticlimax. So please, we are taking the decision today. The first decision has been taken. The second decision I propose is a matter that we have to maintain. She is my daughter, but these are not personal matters. She has to be the observer. Honorable Millicent Yeboah Amankwa and Honorable Patricia Appiah will have to replace Honorable Alexander Kwamena Afenyo-Markin or Sahene. That is the practice, and that practice is good practice. It ain't broken, so we can mend it. Please, this is how we can build consensus in this matter. We are not going back to be negotiating things again. We have to take a decision. I will listen to you. I will listen to you. Don't worry. I will listen to the minority chief whip. who seconded, he has the opportunity to come back. There's something he may want to draw out.
Which motion?
Yes, so let him, give him the opportunity. Then after that, I'll listen to the Minister for Interior, who has also been with me for a long time and has been a member of the bodies we are talking about. So I'll allow the minority chief whip before I come to the majority. Please, please.
Speaker, let me thank you. I tried to catch your attention because we stand in breach of Order 105. And so the motion was moved and my senior colleague was making deductions and contribution. And hence, so we need to come under 105 and get the motion seconded before it could be considered by the House. So
I totally agree with you. But when he stood up, the impression I got was he was going to make the comments and second, but he didn't second. And so you now have the opportunity to do so.
I rise to second the motion moved, and with your leave, make some views and contributions. Well, I am particularly saddened by the turn of events because Honorable Abuja is not here, the road minister, but I see Honorable Bua in the 8th Parliament, arguably the most difficult parliament in terms of numbers in our body politics as a country. But we worked together. Honorable Muntaka is here, Minister. We worked together. So we got tense moments. We were able to navigate. As we got, you were then the Speaker, and graciously you are the Speaker for this Parliament. So you have a hindsight benefit of all that have happened. I'm sad by how things have happened, and particularly between the two leaders. With respect, I am a whip. Speaker, I am not a leader. I am leadership, but I am just a whip. These are the two arrow figures. Speaker, I am third in command. These two people, they have to work together. With respect, and respect to majority, they have to work together. From where I sit, the last time at conclave, I was drawing the clerks, the chief administrator's attention that they should engage the Speaker. And the Speaker is very good at these matters. We can bridge the gaps. It is giving up on the institution Parliament. We can do our politics on the floor, yes, but there should be some lines that we shouldn't cross. We shouldn't cross some lines. Why should we be composing delegation on the floor? And it happens that we have to take out the minority leader's name. It is not right. It is inappropriate. Totally inappropriate. And Speaker, I know how worried and passionate you have been about this matter. I only want to plead, as Speaker, you are the father of this institution. I want us to err on the side of caution and make a dignified retreat in these matters. And the dignified retreat should be that we should resolve this matter, Speaker, at conclave. I have confidence that, Speaker, the last opportunity given, we should be able to resolve this matter. Speaker, I plead with you. In all matters, you've always counseled us that we should give peace a chance. We should reach out. We should negotiate. We should reach out. We should build consensus. And I hear my colleagues, some say, oh, we should vote. We should vote. Please. 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 You are in the majority. There are times that your leadership has reached out to us for one reason or the other. So this vote thing, when you are saying it, be careful. One day, the gun may turn against you. So, Speaker, I'm corroborating, just to corroborate what my senior colleague, the Honorable Newz, said. we can go ahead and vote. But I'm just pleading that we should engage not to expose the leaders. These are the leaders of this institution. We shouldn't unnecessarily expose them so that we can deal with this matter. And I'm confident that given the last chance, we should be able to deal with this matter once and for all. Speaker, thank you.
Please, let me listen to the Minister for Interior.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm really very saddened by the turn of events. Mr. Speaker, when we fail to allow history to guide us, we run into the challenges that we are running now. And if we are not careful, we'll be setting precedents and even more difficulties ahead of us into the future of this parliament. Mr. Speaker, I'm saying this because we are privileged. Because sometimes we don't know how privileged we are to still have you in this chamber and the like of Honorable Collins Ďare in this chamber. If I look at both sides of this house and I see that our peers, I love Honorable Nitu, Honorable Erikopoku, Honorable Mama Yarga, Honorable Rashid Pelpu, Honorable Aruna Edisu, and my Gusov, I get worried when we take, I've mentioned Honorable Collins Ďare already, when we take interim position and when the like of you and many of us are advising and people still take interim positions, I don't know what they want to do to the institution of parliament. Mr. Speaker, let me say, with all humility, I've had the great privilege of serving in the leadership of this house. I serve under you as Chief Whip. And I'm proud to say I'm one of the longest serving Chief Whip this country has ever produced, meaning that having done this thing again and again and again, to have done it for over a decade, when we advise and people refuse to take it and still remain entrenched, they are not only likely to destroy themselves, but they are destroying this house. Mr. Speaker, you recollect that this composition of Pan-Africa and ECOWAS have always had the deputy leaders and the chief whips in them. I'm yet to be corrected to see a composition of ECOWAS and Pan-African Parliament that had any leader on it. Because there are a lot of other things leaders enjoy as privilege in this house that even the rest of us who serve with them in leadership don't want to talk about them for others to hear. Because it comes with some other privileges, obviously, and it's right, because they carry the weight of the rest of us. So they give in a lot others so that others could have space. That is why over the years, for 20 years, you can go and check the records of this house, no leader on both sides, whether majority or minority, has served in any ECOWAS or Pan-African Parliament. But you see, we are capitalizing on our knowledge of the ECOWAS and Pan-African Parliament to make it difficult for this house. Because in the case of ECOWAS Parliament, if a member is elected, even if his parliament doesn't send him, and he still insists he wants to be a member, the ECOWAS Parliament will support him. And we have a clear example. When a former whip in this house, our colleague opposite, decided to defy leadership. And when he went there, interestingly, the minority there today, who is taking an interim position, was the one who was disadvantaged. And I thought that if for nothing, he should learn from that. He should learn from that history. That being and taking an interim position will come and hunt you one day. But unfortunately, he's the one who is today making it difficult for the house. Because I've had privilege to talk to him, to speak to him. that you see, sometimes you will never know the opportunity that exists somewhere until you lose one. He may think that he has a lot of leverage in ECOWAS, and therefore he doesn't want to lose it. But he has no idea in losing that what other things is there for him. Mr. Speaker, having given this general background, Mr. Speaker, I want to make a suggestion. Because what I know is that, yes, we can vote and change the minority leader from the list. But, Mr. Speaker, as you and I know, based on the rules in ECOWAS, if he travels to Abuja, they will go and embarrass the country there, and they will still insist, depending on who the speaker is, will still say that, look, once he has not lost his seat, he will be kept. Unless we are going to do extraordinary work protocol-wise to be able to correct that. Other than that, they will take this fight to the ECOWAS chamber and go and embarrass her because it has happened before. So, Mr. Speaker, my suggestion is that, unfortunately, you are here. You've had the great privilege of serving as minority leader, as majority leader, as deputy speaker, and speaker, and speaker. Probably the only second person to have served speakership twice. You know the privileges that the leaders, I don't want to mention them here. But, Mr. Speaker, this House, if it becomes necessary, we may have to vote and support you. If the minority leader insists he wants to go to ECOWAS, he must be stripped of all the other privileges that the minority leader are supposed to do. We are talking about, what do you call it, IPU, we are talking about CPA, we are talking about, yeah, because you see, it is because of those privileges. It is because of those privileges that those leaders don't serve on this. And Mr. Speaker, my second plea to you, Mr. Speaker, and to our colleagues and our colleagues opposite. Mr. Speaker, my second plea to our colleagues opposite. I know how difficult this thing is, and I'm not pretending not to know how difficult it is, especially to the whip. Mr. Speaker, it is better for us to make Millicent a substantive member and take one of the others, probably Brian Achompo, as the observer. No, look, you see, the sad thing is that if Honorable Patrick Boama, you see, you are a backbencher, you don't know what we are talking about. You are a backbencher, you don't know what we are talking about. Honorable Patrick Boama is an observer in Pan-African Parliament. Nobody in this chamber, Mr. Speaker, like you rightly said, would doubt the capabilities and the knowledge and the experience of Honorable Patrick Boama. So being an observer doesn't really say demean the person or make the person of less importance. But you are looking at the way you put the country. Because, Mr. Speaker, you take eight core members, and in the core members, the only substantive female is one. When you get to ECOWAS Parliament, you will be delegating the country, because out of the 8, they expect to see at least 2 substantive women. So yes, if we are able to put Honorable Patricia Preje, that will be fine. But it will be excellent if we are able to put the 3 of them as substantive members. And Mr. Speaker, there's example. I will end now very soon, Mr. Speaker. My colleague, the minority whip, will recollect that in the 8th Parliament, we had instances where we have first-timers, but because of the gender balance, we were able to make the first-timers female as members whilst we dropped some senior members. So I want to urge that we try to get the minority leader to appreciate why he must be out and the deputy minority leader to replace him. But, Mr. Speaker, if we vote and he insists to go to ECOWAS Parliament, Mr. Speaker, my plea is that then you have to look at the privileges that the minority leader enjoys in this house, so that we can sweep him off it, so that he can keep the ECOWAS as he may want, if we are not able to remove him even after our vote. But Mr. Speaker, I agree with you that this decision must be taken now, because all effort, even with me last month, to convince him to do this failed. And I don't think saying that we should go back into conclave will change anything. Let's take the decision now, and then let's deal with the consequences of the decision. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
For what is a so a year Ghana Parliament. It's a position a year speaker at Nasi Ashisheno. There are some MPs where they think say speaker anye and I just say one year at the papa and what for your boy. Omu would here a year speaker Babin a year minority leader from the what do you call it, Pan-African Parliament, all because of say the thing say a yes speaker yes some political acting na and some speaker the two jano so UTV or just say and yet personally and at first crown that is not the position of a year minority minority leader. And the deputy is responsible for this position. But way back, no, Afenyo-Markin, time no a majority leader not finding a way out to be presented at that position. Now, no, the Pan-African Parliament is complaining about a year Afenyo-Markin being the minority leader. No, be a presentable at a Pan-African Parliament one. And the same way, and the pushy speaker in a harder way to change Afenyo-Markin. And the what a year Muntaka and are not done pre a cannot speaker HSA and yet ono pe and what they yes sign your money name a year emra a Pan-Africa ho and then the kind of letters and the presentations of Modia Brenner, should I say, speaker need to solve this once and for all, because when you saw information, when you saw appealing for very long time, and besides, the speaker you in millicent, you'll be the lady is quite good, or you'll be or you good parliament on or playing the role in a cat very perfectly. And the speaker there or to say that you say the same panaqua on the on tom but be and as be bonny be any home. And so a year are not done play big jinan and now so in a way out to knock a can now drink there a yes speaker babin. Oh yeah or sad the best say in all no speaker one year papa and a media I am a humble pleading upon all and neoma okay catch speaking in the sun neoma we no we or this a pleading matter ever shashi and ever trot to one Emma speaker a bufu ye speak a bufu in a sensible way in a different way I just say papa no as somehow all can say mumpo who are making decisions every year. And obia ni ho no ma or parliament mo a obetumi impeaching his decisions are making. Not even the majority whip and as mpanyifo a parliament ho a committee in the beka bibia manati ono de or making the decision every. And to say omumpo near omu fee say omu person omu ye bia they should go and do it now no speaker na there or making a ruling every. And how dare you are not done to suggest say anka yensa reverse a year Afenyo-Markin to the position. Ye can ye say nanye. At the end ye can anye ye still na ye na Afenyo-Markin. Who do you think Afenyo-Markin is? And why are you want to do this in politically? Because Speaker H say Pan African Parliament ne ECOWAS Parliament ne just say they are being honored. Say use an MP from Ghana than using any other African country because they know they think and they know they trust Ghana MPs because entity Babin Edema Omo the rightful entity Omo the world representation they score highest and they be more recommended. It will not the own means an adjo Afenyo-Markin. Remove ya will removing no. Na bibi weti bia. Woman is na make say hi Alpha 1G measure. So when you subscribe to Alpha 1G measure subscribe. No one like no one share no one turn on notification bell no. So be update bia you know. Once a bit to me, I can make I was a comment section once you are there. Measure so believe you comment baby cause one.